I'm just going to explain a little bit about what we're doing here with the alarm and external detection. So we've got the back of the house. This is quite a good garden. It's got high fences. It's a square section, and it's not easily accessible. So in terms of foxes, sometimes deer, we should be all right on that part. But the reason we put an external detector is obviously so if somebody did make entry into the back of the garden as they're approaching the house, this detector over here, which is an optics external detector, it's got two PIRs in it, one that shoots a beam straight out and one that shoots toward the floor. Both beams have to be broken in order for it to go off, so it's classed as pet immune. And this has got a 13-meter range, which will cover this whole patio. So if anyone walks up, that bell will go mad, and obviously it'll be picked up on the cameras as well. I'll show you a little bit about how this works later on. So most homes that are being developed with a rear extension have these beautiful and expensive bifold doors, and you can put a shock detector, a wireless shock detector on each pane, but I think a more effective way to protect even somebody coming onto your patio is to put an external detector. This is a PIR, which will basically give you a nice area of coverage that if anyone comes up onto this area, either over the fence or from the back area here, the alarm's going to trigger. It's also really important to have a bell at the back of the property. The bell just at the front is not enough to deter someone away. That is a loud bell. It's a Data Bell X. The strobe will be going off. You also have camera here, and our money shot camera. We've got one over there as well. So I just actually went to set this up. I was going to do a little video, but it actually triggered from back here, which means that the field of view from the detector needs to be masked off a little bit. So I'll do that and show you how it works in a second. Right now, so I'm an intruder. I'm at the back of the garden. I've made entry into the garden. Bearing in mind, yeah, we've got a live guard, two-way audio, 8-megapixel camera there. We also have one there, and we also have one there. I can also set up a detection area with the cameras that as soon as entry is made into here, those cameras are going to start strobing. So that's also told someone inside the house that someone's in the garden. They'll also get a push notification to the phone. That's just one layer before I've even got to the alarm detector. So I'm walking up now. I have set. There you go. Now to me, that needs adjusting because it's still too far out. So where it was firing from here before, it's now firing from here. I want to get it so that it's more on the patio. So when I was testing this earlier, it actually triggered from back there. That's not what I want. There is a PIR in that outbuilding, and there's also a camera there which has got live guard strobe and audio. So that area is protected. That's not the area I'm trying to cover with this, although it can because it's got a 90-degree beam on it. Now, before it was protecting this whole garden area, I actually want it to be specific to this patio. So if anyone comes over the fence, if anyone comes up from here, or if anyone comes over this fence, this door's protected. Access to the flat roof is protected, and the bifold doors that are very expensive are protected. This is the area we're trying to cover. So Optex has got an adjuster on it. It was set to D, which gives you that area of coverage. I've now moved it over to E, which will swing the beam over, which will hopefully bring my beam from there to here, and if not, I will adjust it further till it's literally covering just the patio. Right, Optex, world leaders in external detection. They do all sorts, laser, beam, micro, PIR, the best as far as I'm concerned. Where I'd use a PIR detector externally over a beam detector is, if you look, this area is actually quite closed off. There's no area for really a fox to burrow in, or badger. We're in West London, so the things that might trigger would be sometimes you have trees that sway in the wind, because that can cross over two detectors. But in an area like this where there's minimal variables that would trigger the alarm, this is going to be better to give a wider field of view for the detection area. A beam detector will give a single point, but is less prone to false detection, because obviously you've got that single narrow point of detection, and you would put a beam detector in an area where there's lots of variables that could potentially trigger that device. So in an area like this is the best detector.